Wassail, beautiful people. So I've moved back up to London for a bit, to stay with a friend, on account of having no home. And we're going to start with the Liffruma deck. There's no expectation. The sound healing will come soon. The first of many. But for now, we have space for something else. Okay, so fear. Ice, to be gripped, to be frightened to step, to be static. Almost to be pulled to... There's something here where I'm getting this energy of your consciousness coming into your body having to release static fears in order to move forwards. Like the fears are kind of like a series of barnacles on a key. You can't fit the key in the lock with all the barnacles. So there's something in this frequency that feels unable to be grounded. And then Wendhorn. Wendhorn's unbinding, but it's almost like you've got to open to something dissonant in order to unbind. You've got to accept a series of steps to move forwards. And it's about being. Being what? Being who? Being you, but the true you that you might never have met. Because there is something here about a download of data, of information, of emotions, of understanding, and it just getting caught up trying to find a pathway through your cells and into the ground. Something here about almost like energetically pulling every single cell apart and having everything kind of rotate around you like a kind of the electrons in an atom. Oh, you see, that's the 3-6 of the Tesla code. The trap energy, the frequency that holds us still, awaiting a kind of divine inspiration. That's too many cards. There were 4. And actually, I think I need some Alchemy of Astrology, the Musical Alchemy of Astrology cards, to come next after East and Wendhorn, and see where we're going. So, what else can you add to this inability to be grounded? The need to separate the frequency of our cells. Moon in Capricorn and Aquavita. You see, immediately I'm getting that energy of there's a sort of inner values, but because you're not sure what your new inner values ought to be, it's causing you to sort of slide down a spiritual cul-de-sac. The idea where it's time to skip this track. It's like a song you've been playing for too long. But also, Aquavita is 8-1, which is a divine 9. So, it's almost like you need to transform fixed beliefs, but it's not something that's instant. It's not something that immediately brings the epiphany energy and that ability to turn again. But a sense of acknowledging, like the East, the single stroke, the first stroke, the beginning of consciousness in the physical, the pathway, being aware that every divine detour is the right, wrong pathway. There's something for us to learn in all of these moments. There's something of a need for knowing the path, future planners of the known path. So that can be very tricky, because every path that we think we know, or the path we next want to explore, can be a divine detour leading us down a cul-de-sac so that we can turn around, transform something that we find at the bottom, the door that isn't correct, that won't open, the door we keep knocking at, and turning around and walking in a new direction. But when we turn around, we have to see that as something we have turned round, we have transformed, and it has to be done with this competent inner knowledge. You see, Moon in Capricorn has the beat of the metronome, this ticking. Now, you can look at that ticking and be frightened that time is running out. Time never runs out. Time isn't real. It's only linear in this body at this moment. So we're always seeking some kind of pragmatic reassurance that we're on the right path, looking for signs, things that make us feel safe, rather than things that feel dangerous within our world. So, do you feel guarded? Do you feel like you're waiting for all of your like your energies to bristle as you run into something that you don't want to see? So are you being guarded, or are you being practical and flowing like an ocean of strength? So are you working within structures that you've created to control that ticking of the metronome, the mundaneness of not changing things? Comfort. Are you able to let go emotionally? Or are there emotions that spiral you up, trip you over, and bring you into divine rage or sacred fury? Are you able to trust yourself to organize a new pathway? Are you able to feel that you are a powerfully woven real world presence? Or again, are you guarded? Are you maudlin? Are you looking back to moments that you feel no pride in? Are you able to seek a journey along another avenue? You see, there's an energy on this card about owning mistakes. We can only own mistakes if we realize the benefit of the mistakes. We have to be able to see that we make mistakes, we stumble, we trip, we fall, for the very reason of being able to get back up on our feet again. There's this energy here of learning to laugh at the pain that we find in the shadows. When we explore the dark side of our thoughts, can we laugh and realize that they're just there as a polarity marker? Because if you're going to create a realm, you need to mark points which are the fencing that goes around the realm that you're creating. And so you need to have dark and light. You need to have love and hatred, because then you can choose where on that scale you build your realm. So I'm going to shuffle a few more cards. Liffruma again. How are we moving past? What's the advice that you might like to share here? So towardness has turned over and is hidden within the deck. Towardness is how the world around you reads the emotions within your heart and provides a framework for that consciousness or that frequency of consciousness to surround you in your world. And towardness talks about how those aquavita, maudlin, trauma, feeling lost frequencies create a sense of thorny briars that stop the more joyful, the more wonderful frequencies of your future from entering into your being. So the universe is holding up a cosmic mirror to your emotions, your philosophies. And if you're dwelling too much on the darker aspects of the past without transmuting them, then more of those energies will surround you and cloak you, and that's what the universe will deliver to you. So there's a nice little spillage here. So we have Kanafa, Perth, and Wackened, which is different to waken. So here we have the energy of the old blood songs, the old truths, the nostalgia, the rituals, the habits that we keep playing out. And we have to learn to accept that nothing is forever. Everything swings in pendulums. And so you have to start to forge room for a new cosmic tune. And if you can do that, if you can unbind this energy, firm up the way in which you view your past into something more positive, you begin to create a new key, that barnacle that won't go in the lock. The Kanafa card, you can see the symbol is waiting to insert itself into the lock. It's cleaned up, and now you have the ability to put it in and turn the lock. When you turn the lock, that's when you get the Perth frequency, the new energy of the cosmic surge. The new Yggdrasil tree can deliver new frequencies to you. So your heart is now resonating with a new frequency, and the cosmic mirror will draw that frequency towards your life. And then Weckened is a kind of watcher or animal totem. So it's very much the energy of the natural world looking at you anew because you're transforming. When something shifts out of the corner of our eyes, we observe in our peripheral vision movement. And the planet does just that dimensionally. When we shift our frequencies, it catches, or you catch, the attention of the natural world, and the natural world has to respond to the changes that it's witnessing in you. But it's also asking you to remember that you've been at different times You see, I wanted to say in your life, but also currently there are energies where you are a tree, you are a plant, you are an insect. That's the message twice now today. That message is coming through. The knowing and understanding the oneness that we have. So that was also in the message that's on SoundCloud. So you can look on SoundCloud under Liffruma and you'll see a message that I think is called Collective Awakening and the Earthstone. So we're now getting the card of arsenic. Oh, and arsenic has firming up on it. So this is house 6. This is health. This is the swan transformation. No longer the ugly duckling frequency. So again, it's just reiterating this. Changing your tune, changing to the B side of something, skipping a track, moving forwards is enough to get the attention of the dimensional watchers, who are then willing to shift you to a new dimension. And now we have Virgo. That's interesting, that's 696. So that's outer world transformation, 696. So 3 is the electron energy in the Tesla code of inner work. 6 is the Tesla electron energy of the outer world, how we project. 9 is the divine missing element that we talked about in Aquavita. So here, this is showing us, as we condense the ideas, you get 696. So the outer world, with the addition of the divine notion of transformation that you bring, allows you to enter a new dimension, distilling yourself into a new space, a new place, refining the energy, condensing ideas. The concert administrator, look, that's you writing your life. Let's see if we can just get 2 more to end this little reading for today. Now that one took off and spun like a helicopter. Actually, it's 2. Wow, soot and salt. So that's 76 and 55. So this is the Massa Confusa. This is the chaos of all the atoms. See, go back to the beginning in Wentorn, and we talked about the energy of opening up your frequency and separating all of your atoms to clean out all the barnacled, coagulated, unnecessary goo, and then letting that spin and swirl and whirl, so that there's an energy on Moon in Capricorn that I didn't mention, which is the sanctuary architects. This is about building a space of comfort and then materializing it. Salt is the magical materialization, setting time, as in setting the rhythm. And this is about the body. Salt is the physical body. This is resetting the body. So salt is fixed modality. And so that's Taurus, Leo, Scorpio and Aquarius. Look at those energies and see what you might have in those houses. Just as you might look at Virgo and see what you have in those in Virgo, and which house it might be within your chart. Because it will all have a different relevance to each person. And so, by allowing yourself to change your fixed beliefs, you begin to ease the bitterness of your spiritual growth. Because there is something where changing our lives can be a very bitter pill to swallow. And yet, it's the very thing you need to do. This is a completer frequency, the great contractor. So opening every molecule out, allowing a kind of a dog shake to let all of the old static from within your molecules. It's a very physical energy. Maybe you need to dance, maybe you need to shake, maybe you need to run, maybe you need to walk. But this is about physical experiences that allow your body to remove stuck frequencies so that you can materialize something else and reset time on a new frequency, on a new dimension. That's what you're being given the opportunity to do here. That's really beautiful energy. Oh, and on the bottom of the Liffruma deck is Ophalagu. Ophalagu is the cloak, the cape of being totally balanced. Balancing the mirror of your heart to the mirror of the world you seek around you. Not the world that you're accidentally creating around you, but something special, a new dimension, just for you. And then on the bottom, oh, that's interesting. On the bottom of the Musical Alchemy of Astrology is trine. So here we've got 6360. So what we had before with the 696, that energy of the divine transforming your outer world, once that's happened, then you're being set a new cosmic egg frequency in a new dimension. 636 is the energy of the outer world and the inner world being in complete balance. And then the 0 becomes the cosmic egg of possibility as you move forwards. What a beautiful reading. Wassail!